Welcome back, brothers and sisters. I am Braden. This is Langley Outdoors Academy, the place where we not only talk about what's going on in the gun world, but also how we're going to fix our country together. And the content that I'm going to show you has been pushed back a day because the Chevron deference destruction kind of took the limelight from yesterday. But I want to walk through the debate and I want to point out to the most important things that occurred, not in that debate, because that was a wow. Afterwards, what the Democratic apologists were saying on CNN, because I've distilled this down to the three most important parts that have extremely powerful ramifications and explain why they're freaking out on the left side of this around Biden's performance. Everything's going to be linked in the description box below. I can't wait to hear what you guys think, especially since it's CNN freaking out about the left going to be losing. And of course, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn the notification bell on. All right, beautiful people, listen. I'm not going to go down clips of the debate. I have no interest in doing that. However, the reactions to the debate from the CNN apologists for Biden are almost worth more than the debate itself because they speak to something that is a consistent theme that a lot of these panelists said after the debate. And like I said, I wanted to do this on Friday, but the Supreme Court, teed off on the bureaucracies, so I had to cover that. But I've got these three clips, and I'm going to point to exactly what we're talking about. That's the actual underlying problem here around the Biden campaign. Check this out. First, this is one of the anchors at CNN. Check this out. Again, this is directly after the debate.
To the American public, and then also at some points bringing things up that teed up Trump attacks. So there's a real concern here tonight that there's been some real damage done that cannot be undone. Biden solidified the perception among voters, but especially among his base. They were hoping that tonight would be a game changer. They are now seeing a president who is in the White House, who they do not necessarily believe can do this for another 4 years.
David Axelrod?
Really important piece, and this sets up the other two pieces after this. It was a confirmation. That's the underlying thing. The reason that the left is freaking out and they are pouring full throttle into the propaganda machine around how Biden's actually really great and he just had a cold, which I don't know, that's an unusual way of saying you're about to die. And you look dead on camera. I guess that the definition is a cold now, but that's neither here nor there. That's just typical propaganda. But the whole point was he had to go out there and assuage the fears of not only independents, but also the Democrats, his base. And he confirmed their worst fears. She said that. She didn't say, oh, he didn't score lightly on these points or well on these points. They were confirmed. That's the underlying theme here. When you start to see the polling come out, which we're going to cover the polling when it drops this coming week, when you start to see the polling, it's going to be the exact inverse of what happened when they convicted Trump of that felony situation. That whole thing. It's going to be biblically bad because the Democrats weren't assuaged. They were terrified. And the independents were like, oh my God, not happening. And the Republicans are going to go, oh, well, nope. The ones that were anti-Trump, it's exactly what's going to happen. You can mark my words right now. And that's the first clip, but it was all about assuaging the fears and the confirmation of worst fears possible. Now, this next one I'm going to talk to you about, this is David Axelrod. Okay, David Axelrod is a fixture in the Democratic leadership part of the party. He brought Obama into term. He was in the Obama White House for 8 years, if you don't know who he is. But listen to what he says, because one of the Democrat apologists is trying to go down the road of, well, it was only one night, and after all, he had a cold. And she's trying to lay the groundwork for a cover, which they actually picked up, and I'm going to hit on more later. But listen to what he says, because this is the most important part that builds on what I just showed you.
This is a guy with a lot of pride and who believes in himself. And the idea that he's going to say, you know what, I had a bad debate, I think I'm going to walk away from this, I find it hard to believe.
It was also, and I'll let you, I know Scott, you've been trying to jump in, but it was also, it was an atypically bad performance, okay? And it was also one night. So yes, was it an important night? Yes, but it was one night in the course of a campaign. So I think let's see how voters react to it. Let's see how voters react to it.
The problem with the one night is that it's a one night that helped confirm people's fears. Yeah. It's the one night that everybody was watching. That was essentially, Trump said, you ought to take a test. That was his test. And people are going to feel that he came up wanting, not on the substance. I think he actually won on the substance. I don't think Trump did well. I think what it says to a lot of people, a lot of active Democrats is, man, we can beat this guy, but I don't know if we can beat him with the press guys.
That's it. In a nutshell, David Axelrod is correct, and that's not something I ever thought I'd say in my life. It confirmed the worst fears. It's all about confirming what the character was of each person. No one is going to remember who was good on the points and who was good on the debate topics and all this. Everyone's going to remember that Biden looked dead. The best thing I've heard so far from anybody who watched it was the mummy versus the dummy. Not my words, theirs. But it's probably the best description I've heard because it's not only pretty close to accurate, it's also pretty funny. But Axelrod flat out says the problem with the it was one night thing, it confirmed every single thing that everyone had in the back of their mind. The imagery, the body language, and the split screens was everything that you need to know. That's why they're freaking out. It's not that Biden had a bad night. It's not that he's losing in the swing states. It's not that he's having bad poll numbers. It's not that everyone doesn't like his policies. No. That's not why they're freaking out. They're freaking out because the largest stage in this election, in this campaign, was just one night, which was the worst night of all possible to show and confirm all the fears. Same thing the first host said. It's about confirming the fears of the Democratic base and of the independents. Now, let me show you one more thing, and this is the Republican strategist, to be fair. That's who this is. But he says something which stacks on that, and this is the other piece that is really uncomfortable for the media and for the Democrats. Check this out.
I think his advisors, I think the White House, and I think his family have a lot of explaining to do to their party and to the American people. This night, this one night, was caused by and asked for by the Biden team. They wanted this night. And this is what we got. We have been told for weeks by Democrats who say, oh, in private meetings, I've seen Joe Biden do cartwheels and handstands while doing trigonometry while solving all the nation's problems. We now know that every single person who said that has been lying to the American people.
Including Kevin McCarthy?
We've been told, Kate,
I mean, I'm just saying.
Everything we've been told about his mental acuity by these Democrats has been a lie, and everything we think we knew has been confirmed.
Everything that we thought we knew that the Democrats and the media and the administration told us was not has just been confirmed. If you want to take anything away from the debate that you saw on, I can't remember what night it was, Thursday night, there we go. The one thing is that every single person had in the back of their mind the question of, is he with it? Is it true? Is it not true? Is it propaganda? Is it not propaganda? It was 100% confirmed on live TV for 90 minutes on the most watched, biggest part of the campaign ever. Understand, the reason that they're freaking out on the Democrat and the media side is because the media has been flat out gaslighting and lying to people, and it just got confirmed that they were lying to people. So they got egg on their face. The Democrats, exact same thing. Schumer, Pelosi, all of them. He's amazing. He's fine. He's upside down doing cartwheels and trigonometry. Even Van Jones, who's a Democrat, laughed. Because it's a big joke. And all the while, they've been lying to you, and it was confirmed. That is the point. All of these points, of all the things that we've seen from CNN and the reaction to this, that is the takeaway. Everything was confirmed. The base was unsettled. The independents were like, that ain't happening. And the Republicans unified behind, holy crap, defeat that. It is the worst case scenario possible for Biden. And all the left can do is warm up the propaganda machines and start pumping out how amazing he can deliver one line in North Carolina the next day. Guys, this was massive, and it was massive for that very reason. Nothing else. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below, and I'll see you on the next one. I'm Braden. See you later.